What is wrong with the churches today? Regardless of what religion you are, the problem is everything is contradicting, hypocritical. You're taught one way at church and you go home and live a different way. You don't live by what you're taught. A lot of people practice prayer, rebound, 10 problem-solving devices, but they don't live by them. They use them momentarily to suit their benefits and needs. But are they really in fellowship with God? No. To be in true fellowship with God is to have a relationship with God, as you would have a relationship with your husband or a relationship with your children. There's an impersonal love that is made. In doing so, there's also an unconditional love that is gained. In that aspect of it, people really need to get a grip on what they're being taught. You know, you got the 10 Commandments. Do not be jealous. You know, there's love thy mother and father, or honor thy mother and father. You know, a lot of people don't have respect nowadays. People are not taught morals, respect, or boundaries. You know, a lot of people say that punishing your child is abuse. Although I never really had to hit my children. I got my butt kicked when I was growing up if I did something wrong, if I was out of line. There were no ands, ifs, or buts about it. I also stopped going to church when I hit about 19 because of everything that I was conflicted with in my personal life. I was conflicted with what I was being taught. I was conflicted with how people were teaching. I was conflicted with how my parents lived their life, and I was conflicted about how the pastor lived his life. Although I always respected the pastor, and I still have great respect for him, he is a very good teacher, I didn't respect all the things that I seen going on in my church. We're taught not to be judgmental. We are taught to love, to honor, to respect, to give when there's nothing to give. We are taught to share. We are taught unconditional love, undeserving love. You love people for who and what they are, and if you can't accept them, you don't judge them. You just don't be a part of their life. The sad thing is I really don't think that a lot of people these days have these qualities in their heart and their soul. A lot of people don't understand me because of that. They ask me all the time, why do you put up with so much crap from people? Well, who am I to judge that person for what they're doing or how they're reacting or how they're acting towards me? I'm not a judge. I'm not God. God will take care of them in His timing. My heart bleeds the same color as everybody else's. Who am I but a mere person on this planet? All I'm saying is that a lot of people use God as a crutch and not as a resource. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. We wouldn't have the things that we have if it wasn't for God. People really need to keep that in mind, especially all you churchgoers. You need to go back to the biblical principles you were taught. And instead of preaching, try practicing what you preach. You'll probably get a lot farther, and so will your children.